Welcome to Tales and Tea, a podcast where we brew up the best books and shows that spark your imagination.
I'm Liz.
I'm Lindsay.
Grab your favorite cup of tea and settle in as we dive into the stories that captivate us.
So, how are you?
I'm good.
You're good? How was work?
Yeah. It was work.
Yeah. Yep.
Same old, same old. It was really busy today.
Oh, yeah. It's the first of the month.
Oh, yeah.
Is it always?
Everyone's Social Security.
I was about to say, is everybody's Social Security checks popping in?
Yeah. People are calling. Is it in yet? Is it in yet? I'm like, I don't know. Get online banking.
What? I was like, why can't they check their own accounts? Are they, like, helpless?
I guess we have some old school people. That's okay, though. They keep us working.
They do keep you employed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what time it is? It's time for What's on My Pad.
What's on my pad? Fantasy, oh, you'll see. A dragon sipping tea by the sea. Castles floating where the stars agree. Imagination running wild and free.
I love it. What's on my pad?
So cute. It's so cute.
What's on My Pad is the section where we talk about the Wattpad book that we are reading, and we are currently taking a break from a main read, as we are both reading different books. Sometimes that happens. So while we're
Same series, I think.
Yeah.
Just different books.
I'm reading Ballad of Songbird and Snakes, and she's reading Sunrise on the Reaping. I will read Sunrise on the Reaping eventually, and we will do a breakdown of it, but we want to get back to the Throne of Glass series, and then we're gonna, since it's been plenty of time, we will be hopping back into Onyx Storm to finish that one after we finish Crown of Midnight. So I think that'll be wonderful. All right, so questions for chapter 12. So we're currently reading my sister's book. It's our Wattpad book. It's called The Last Prince of Cartanin. We are on chapter 12 of The Last Prince of Cartanin. And we're going to be going through these questions, kind of breaking down the chapter a little bit, and getting into the... This chapter was, it was pretty icky feeling. How did you...
Yeah.
Yeah? It was kind of like, I'm uncomfortable.
A lot of Delulu going on. That's for sure.
Lots of Delulu. Lots of just little sneaky, stinky, just no good. I was like...
What was that?
It was stinky. I don't know. I was trying to think of what to call it.
It gives us the big ick.
It was slimy, backstabbing moves.
Mm-hmm. What
Go ahead.
are your thoughts on Lana and Duke's Saber's interaction?
Listen,
That's where we had to start out.
we had to start out the chapter with them in bed. It was not what I wanted to see.
No. After.
Yep.
Thank God.
Well, he's leaving the bed, yeah, so I guess technically after. I don't think it's that kind of book. But I think there's a power struggle going on here right now where Lana is trying to figure out where the line is. That's my impression of it, where she's trying to figure out, like, because we see a little bit of their relationship, and obviously she made this vow to save herself, and she's committed to him. She's vowed to live her life beside him and whatever. So she has to be amicable, and they have to, like, have some kind of relationship, whether forced or not. There has to be a little bit, and I think she's trying to figure out where her power lies in that relationship. But she's lacking all confidence right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as she starts to challenge him and he challenges her back, she just backs away. She just backs down.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
We can tell that she's trying to cope somehow.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, her distant mind, which it says her expression was distant, her mind already elsewhere, far beyond the confines of the room. Meaning, like, she definitely doesn't want to be in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
But she's trying her best to get through whatever it is that she has to
stay alive.
kind of make it through to the next day.
Yeah, to stay alive. I thought
Yep.
it was very interesting. He's so different with her than he is with Elwyn.
Right.
He's like possessive and obsessive and demanding. Not fun.
But he's questioned he knows it's wrong because it states like the early hours of the morning still clung to darkness.
Yeah.
That's when the Duke deemed acceptable for his visits.
Yeah.
So like he knows it's wrong.
He's sneaking around.
Right. There's that level of what do you want to call it?
Shame.
Yeah. Like if someone were to find out about this, he'd be in bad way.
The bad way for sure, because that's the whole thing is I'm like, once people find out that she's pregnant, it's over for him.
Right.
The king is going to be like mad.
Right. And he let his delusion kind of take over, which he's still kind of in it.
Yeah, he really is.
But
he's being very
I think he's starting to come to his senses in a way that, like, not for the sake of what they're doing, but for the sake of his defense.
Yeah, he's literally like, I need plausible deniability here.
He's only out for himself.
Yeah.
He's so selfish. And you see that here.
He literally, like, can tell that she's in, like, having a hard time, and he just tears her down more.
Right.
And she's like, I want to go see my family. And he's like, you ain't going. Mm-hmm. And she's like, crying. She's like, I want to go see my family. And he's like, no.
And he doesn't... Does he not, like, read body language? Because Lana's, like, portraying it, like, out there. She's not making her disdain.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't
like,
care.
not known.
He just doesn't care.
Ugh.
It's rude.
It just makes me sick.
She's so upset, though, that she can't go. And then he's like... But I also get the vibes that he doesn't know that she's pregnant.
So, you know what else is a big ick? Is when he says... You have pleased me greatly, Lana.
No, I don't care.
And his tone is void of warmth. Do we see him talk to her like this before?
No, he's always like, please come to me, Lana.
After reading this, like, kind of skimming through it again, I was like, okay, this is the first time we've seen him, like...
He goes, I mustn't...
True colors.
He's like, I mustn't linger, but I gotta tell you... He says he's amused with her.
And then he has the audacity to say, I wish you would speak more.
I wish you would talk to me more. It's like,
they don't even have a real relationship.
I'm your captive. Why would I talk to you?
Exactly.
She's like, what am I gonna say to him?
And she's starting to tread the waters because she was like, I don't think you'd like what I have to say. I was just like, mic drop.
Go, Lana.
That was so good. She's starting to harden. I can see it.
Yeah. She's changing.
Like,
she's having her character development right now.
It really is. It's just like, if you're gonna do this, I'm gonna let my true colors shine too.
But I
like, this is what you've made me, basically.
I feel like Duke Saber is warring with himself between his selfish desires and the logical side of his brain. Because he says, when she says, I wish only to see my family, and she's pleading with him and stuff, and she's crying, and it says that He exhaled, shaking his head. His gaze shifted downward, his eyes falling to their entangled hands. He studied them. The thought of causing so much sorrow and pain to her made his stomach twitch with a feeling he did not know. Lana was the girl who had become his fire, his weakness, his burden, his captive. Then we get his thoughts for just a second, where he goes, why do I care for her so much? She's just a girl. I think his distance and his shortness with her is him trying to prevent himself from falling in love with her truly, or holding himself
the first
back.
part of it was just lust.
Yeah.
And
now he's like, oh, she's like, I can't say no to her. He's trying really hard.
And I think it's the first time we've seen his morality show.
At all. Any sense of it at all.
Right. But it's a fading moment.
No, I agree. Because then, right after that, he's like, I can't allow it. You can't go. And she literally is, crying. And she's like, I've given you everything. I don't have anything else.
It's her true breaking moment.
And she's like, and you are still taking from me. You won't let me see my family.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes him mad.
Right?
Yeah. Because he grabs her by the throat. And he tells her, you owe me everything. Gross. But she wouldn't owe you anything if you weren't being a butthead in the first place for her to accidentally stumble upon.
So true. I like the wording, though. His voice... May I remind you, Lana, he murmured, his voice dropping into something colder, something edged with venom. You owe me everything. I don't know where his headspace is at.
It's so I feel like we are feeling his internal struggle. Because we're like, where is he at? Is he in love with her? Does he hate her? Is he
What
lustful?
does he think everything is, though?
Yeah. Does he think that, this is love? Or does he think that, this is a consensual thing? What does he think is going on here?
I know. It's so hard to follow him. I don't know.
He's a very complex character.
He is. Obviously, this is not what she wants to hear.
Nope.
And he calls it mercy.
And then that's what makes her...
And
angry.
She just has to, she shrinks down again. Because what is she supposed to do?
What is she supposed to say? He could kill her.
Right.
For all she knows. She doesn't know that he's in love with her. Desperately.
What? He spared her life.
Yeah.
Because she did this because she overheard a treacherous conversation.
She overheard him committing treason.
Something doesn't add up here.
She overhears him committing treason on her own father, the king.
Right.
And then he's like, I'm going to kill you. And the guy who's with him is like, you better kill her. And he's like, I'll take care of it. And then he's like, I won't kill you if you promise to be mine and be with me forever.
Maybe he's thinking maybe he's starting to think of her like, oh, this could be my downfall. Because that's when he says, could be his, where was it?
His ruin.
His weakness, his burden.
Yeah.
That could be he's starting to think that way.
Mm-hmm. And then he gets him mad because he's like, did I make a mistake?
Yeah. Because obviously he thought it would go one way.
Yeah.
Whereas what Lana is showing him is not what he expected.
No, he thought she was just going to be submissive and just be like, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And she's over here like, I hate you. You take everything from me. I want to see my family.
I want to see my father before you.
Yeah, she literally says, I know you're planning to kill him. I just want to see him.
Yeah. And he's like, before what? So he's basically like, she still remembers his treachery.
Yep.
And then she basically says before you kill him.
Yeah, she's going to say before you kill him. Before you kill
She
my
let it
father."
fly.
She was mad.
And then there was silence because he's like, oh yeah, you know about this. I can't let you leave.
Yeah.
So his whole plan is like, he's basically trying to corral her now.
He's trying to keep her quiet.
To keep her away from
I feel like
people
there has
who
to
could
be a way for her to tell Elowen and Elowen to get a message out.
Right. But would Elowen even believe her?
I don't know. Elowen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because now Elowen's on a whole different level, too.
Yeah, because Elowen's pregnant and having a family, and she's like, this is my husband.
Right. And that's legal.
You're going to tell me my you're going to tell me my husband's trying to kill my dad? What am I supposed to do with that information?
What side does she pick? Because it doesn't seem like she's very close with her father. Like, who is she going to side with? Obviously is with her mother. That would change stuff.
But this is when he tells her that he's going to place a companion with her.
Right. And not a spy.
Not a babysitter.
A companion.
She goes, a spy? And he's like, a companion. Oh, man.
A friend? No.
No, a companion.
With the companion.
A companion. And he literally just replies with a companion. He doesn't even say anything else. And then it's like the scene ends.
You didn't answer nothing.
Nope. Didn't answer anything. And she's left now. What's Elowen gonna say when Lana's like, oh, I'm not going with you to the wedding?
Ooh.
Is Elowen gonna be like, why is my sister not coming with me?
To their family, their uncle's wedding.
And
that's
the
so
whole
strange.
point of Lana going to the Lone Isles in the first place is to be Elowen's companion.
Right.
So if she can't be companion
and who's gonna
with her sister,
do you think the Duke is just gonna tell Elowen?
Probably. He probably won't even tell her till they're on the ship.
Right. Your sister's not here.
She ain't coming. She's staying.
Cry about it.
Cry about it.
Cry about it.
Your sister's not coming. Cry about it.
He would do that. He would do that. He's crazy.
He is, man. Makes me want Jack back, because if Jack was there, he wouldn't get away with that. I want to see Jack, and I want to see Fabio.
Oh, what if they're attacked by pirates on their way there?
I thought, what if they're attacked while he's away, and Lana gets like stolen,
right,
or rescued? Stolen.
What was the theory? The companion was a double
agent. We'll get there. So what do you think of Charlotte's conversation with her sisters?
Charlotte, I'm gonna say, I felt it was a merry-go-round of questions.
It was a merry-go-round of questions, but I feel like now I am confirmed in my theory that they are not in love. Carver may in fact be in love with Charlotte, but Charlotte is not in love with Carver. She's following orders. She's getting married because she has to, because her brother told her to. And who's her brother?
I think he's smitten.
She's the first beautiful woman he's ever laid his eyes. Duke Saber.
I hate even saying his name. Oh, I don't know if he's worse than like, he's a character I do not like.
Nope.
You love to hate him, though.
You do love to hate him, but, it's kind of hard to see what side he's sitting on right now, because you got the king doing nothing about his people dying.
What side are we on?
Bro, I'm on Lana's side.
We haven't even met this other kingdom, and
I'm kind of
our choices are open.
our
choices are
open. We may be on the side of Czar. We'll see.
Right. I'm on the seer's side. Watch them be the villain. We're on the villain side.
I'm on the side of Marcus.
Is it gonna be like a Darth Vader?
I am your father.
You're the chosen one.
You were the chosen
turns
one.
to be evil, but yet in the end he like saves the day.
Interesting. I don't
Just
know.
like that's the most typical plot though.
That's the plot. I feel like that's the plot of the Empyrean series of Fourth Wing. That's where we're headed. Spoilers if you haven't finished Iron Flame.
I sent that
yeah, you're like,
video
I'm gonna be mad.
I was like, if this happens, I would not know what to do.
He's already Venom, so he's already bad. He just has...
but they don't know if there's a cure.
There's gotta be a cure. We need to read Onyx Storm before we
magic.
opine any further.
Always has like...
a loophole.
Yeah.
We'll find something. Okay.
We will.
So Charlotte and her sisters, they are like, you think he's gonna marry you? You sure he's gonna marry you? And they just kind of go back and forth like with that. She goes, yeah, he's gonna marry me. I think he's gonna marry me.
Yeah.
And then she tells him...
They call their brother John, too.
Which makes sense. He's their brother. It's not like... I mean, Lana and Elwyn call Jameson and Marcus by their names.
Oh, I don't like, though, when they say John's name.
Mm-hmm.
They like... The silence settled between them.
They're also whispering when they talk about their brother.
It's concerning.
It's because they're
scared
hiding
for these
stuff.
girls.
Yeah, they're hiding stuff. Are they going to end up dead because Fagin's going to be like, what y'all conspiring about? You think Fagin?
You know what? Death isn't out of the realm for any of these characters.
It's not.
I feel like it's very close.
I also, you know what? Remember how last week we talked about Fagin could be like, you can marry her and then tell Duke Saber she's not a Saber anymore, she's a Williamson, and just cut him off?
Alliances change.
Yeah, I don't...
You see that with Williamson and his wife.
Yeah, Kent. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's going to be a situation where is Charlotte trying to marry Carver so she can get away from her brother? Does she agree to marry him?
That cannot be out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, it can't be because, I mean, this man is crazy. Duke Saber is nuts.
And they, like, lived with him for, like...
years. With no parents, nobody. It was just them and him. Who knows what he did to them. Those poor sisters.
I feel...
Because they're afraid of him, and that's obvious.
They really are.
Yeah. But for the most...
Throw up her arms as if to cast the weight of their brother
off.
Expectation.
Yep.
So obviously there was some sort of pressure, whether it be like abusive in some sort of way.
Or threatening.
Mental? Threatening, right.
Like, I'll kill you. If you don't do this, I'm going to kill you.
To uphold the family name. I wonder how much they know.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. Do they know that there's a coup?
Do they know he's going...
Do they know he's plotting treason?
Yeah. Do they know?
I don't know.
They're like...
You would hope that if
are they a clutch of snakes? Yeah. Or are they like trying to get away?
You would hope that if he's going to send them into the fire like that, to like literally fight it out in the fray, that he would give them some information because they're going into enemy territory.
Right. And it doesn't seem... The way her sisters are questioning it does not seem like there's full trust here. No,
and they don't want to go back. They're like, "Are you sure that we're this marriage is happening? We can stay here."
Yep.
And also, I like how I feel like their brother is haunting them in a way.
Ugh.
Because it literally says that she can't shake the memory of the last conversation she had with him, and she could hear his voice echo in her mind.
Yeah. And you see that when Duke Saber and the King were talking, of how dismissive he was of anyone.
The King?
To the King.
The King.
In public, with all these people around.
With the Crown Prince right there.
Right. So that shows you either the stubbornness or like the absolute...
The desperation.
Like...
He just disregards all tact, all authority.
Mm-hmm.
The only desperate people do that.
True.
He's got to be desperate.
I guess we'll see.
Yep. So yeah, they go around and around, and eventually they're just kind of like, okay, I am sure we're gonna get married, and then that's the end of the scene, and then we go back to the Lone Isles. And do you want to read the next question?
Sure. How do you perceive the interaction between Duke Saber and Eowyn?
Okay.
As they ride through the streets
of their town.
Of the Isle.
People love Eowyn. The people of the island.
The Lone Isle?
The Lone Isles, yeah.
How fitting.
The Lone Isle. Where these women come to be alone and be dismissed. It's terrible.
The island of misogyny.
The island of misogyny. And pirates. The island of misogyny and pirates. Oh, man.
Forget the Caribbeans.
Forget the Caribbean. We have the island of misogyny.
We have better pirates.
Oh, dear.
We haven't met yet. We have not met the pirates.
We want to meet the pirates.
I think we'll meet them soon.
I was kind of upset that we spent the majority of this chapter here in the Lone Isles and we see no pirates.
I know.
No pirates, no raiders, no Fabio, no ship. What's happening here?
It does seem like a good place, though. Yeah. Other than in the castle or mansion,
like
wherever he lives.
The townspeople seem nice.
Yeah. Well, they said the people loved him.
And they love Eowyn. They're like adoring her.
Right.
I think she's coming to grips with what he's saying about her dad, and she's not happy about it.
Right.
He's
like, is he manipulating her, though? For future?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying, because I'm like, what if Eowyn wrote to him and was like, we were just attacked, Dad?
Right.
Like, send help. And Duke Saber's like, that's what I sent your uncle to do.
Right. But then we see that as readers at the beginning, meaning like maybe the king did know because of that conversation they had. But Eowyn didn't hear that.
No, she doesn't know about that conversation at all.
So she's, in her mind, she's thinking,
yeah.
Like, she can only take face value right now.
Right.
She does not know anything else.
Yeah.
I think their whole conversation is kind of old. Like, I feel like they're 80 years old riding through town.
They're like,
yes, my dear. Of course.
He's
something troubling you.
He's so cold with her, though. It's
he
like feigns care and nurture, but it's not.
Yes.
It's just kind of like,
it's all a show.
Okay.
It's a show for her. It's a show for the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really sad, though. Because I feel like Eowyn does deserve more. She deserves to be loved.
Yeah. I agree. 100%. And I think we're seeing a little bit of them kind of warring against each other. Mm-hmm. She is loyal to her father. He is trying to kill her father. Do you think she knows that that's what he's trying to do? Lana knows because Lana overheard it.
I don't think Lana's saying anything.
No, she's not. Because she doesn't want to endanger her sister.
Yeah, she doesn't want to die.
What's to stop him from killing Eowyn and just saying, oh, she died in a raider attack. And then marrying Lana. Oh, no. I hope that's not foreshadowing. Alyssa, no.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare kill Eowyn. She may be a bubblehead, and I may not like her that much, but I don't want her to die.
But what if we see, like, Eowyn escape, and then her turn into, like, something crazy?
And Lana has to stay behind?
Obviously, we want Lana to go, too. But, like, I feel like there's potential for Eowyn.
I thought you meant, like, instead of Lana. And I was like,
no.
Eowyn is fine, okay?
They need to escape together.
I wonder if Lana convinces Eowyn of what's happening and explains to her what the plan is, and then they run away with their babies.
Yeah. There's like one of two things that could happen if Lana were to tell Elowen.
Yeah.
She'd have to do... I feel like she'd have to do it very fast and be like, this is what's happening. We have to leave. You know, and
right
Elowen
now.
would be like, of course, let's go. Or she could be like, what is happening?
That's crazy. I'm not doing that.
Right.
She could be an absolute bubblehead and not run away.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta run when the chance comes.
And then try to chase Lana down. There's like, ugh.
He's like manipulating and being like really cold with her. She's like, it can't be. Like, that's not the father that I know. And he's like,
right.
But it is.
How much of her father did she see?
Not the king. That's the thing. Your father and the king are two different people. He's going to be one way with you and one way when he's running the country. He's not going to be the same guy both times.
Right.
You don't get to be the king without being a little ruthless.
It's like his job.
Yeah, it is his job to be ruthless. Then
he's not going to be like that with his family. Well, he kind of is a little bit, but
Duke Saber is making these girls cry, okay? He made Lana cry, and then he made Elowen cry, and he's telling Elowen, like, don't cry. And he's like, I'm just telling you the truth. She goes, I know you.
Have you ever seen those, like,
I know
bushes
you do, John.
With the spiky things on it?
Yeah.
Like, when you touch it and it hurts?
Yeah.
That's like Duke Saber's essence.
He's a spiky bush.
Yeah. Like, he's a weed that needs to be knocked down.
The way we want this man to get his comeuppance is like... the way we want him...
What did I say earlier? His death needs to be fitting of what his crimes were.
Of his actions, correct. Yeah, we need to see this man suffering.
If he just dies in his sleep, I will never forgive. I will never forgive that.
Oh, man. I hope one of the girls stabs him.
I think that would be awesome if they joined up together.
And killed him.
They'd be like, listen, I'm the captain now.
I'm the Duchess. Goodbye, Duke. I don't need
Goodbye. He's already got, once the baby's born, if it's a male, like, see ya.
See ya, we have an heir. We don't
need you anymore. You did your duty.
Thanks. Goodbye.
You served your purpose.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then I love how he's like, he gets her upset. He tells her father's not who he thinks he is, makes her cry, tells her not to cry. And then she's like, still upset, still like pressing him and whatever. And he goes, let's not dwell on it because I don't want you to be upset in your condition. And he puts his hand on her belly. He's using the baby as a manipulation tool.
It really is. Yeah.
Trying to control her. Like, don't get upset. You'll hurt the baby.
Mm-hmm. And then you also see
then he's just
him talking about Jack.
Yeah.
But being like, but I have no sway with him, it seemed. Like,
do you think he was talking about Jack?
It sounds like
king?
He's wanting sway. No, it says perhaps your uncle will have better luck where I have failed.
I think
he said brushing a gloved hand down her side, but I have no sway with him, it seems. Or is he talking about the king there?
I think he's talking about the king. He's like, I don't have any sway with the king, but I think your uncle can do better than me because I don't have any sway. Mm-hmm. That's what I think he was trying to say.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And she's speechless, obviously, because she's just learning about this stuff and doesn't know how to feel.
Yeah. She's processing.
Right. And then you have Cyprian? How do you say his name? The captain's name?
I would have said Cyprian is what I would have said.
Okay, either way.
He comes in. The captain.
He's there.
And he tells him that he's arranged a meeting for Duke Saber. And Elowen asks, what does he speak of? And he goes, oh, no one, my dear. Don't worry. He's so dismissive of her.
He's still hiding things from her.
And being dismissive. It's not like she's demanding transparency either.
Right.
She's just kind of like, okay.
I feel like she's asking the wrong questions. Because there's always seems to be a way out.
she's like so close to the truth, but not quite there.
Right. She's asking the wrong people, too.
True. Also, do you think she got that from her mother? Because does Helena involve herself with the king's stuff? No. So, she's probably just like, that's man stuff.
It's probably not how ladies in a court were raised to be. They were just raised to be wives. And what did wives do? They bore children.
Helena was not raised to be a wife.
And kept the household.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Helena was from the north.
She was from, what the heck is it called? Juleston.
Juleston, yes.
She wasn't taking nobody's crap.
She had a different upbringing. Maybe that's how she could handle court life. Oh my goodness.
Probably. All right, let's see here. Next
I still forget the fact that Helena and Jack were a thing.
I don't know. We don't know if that's... we know that they're together, but we don't know if he's the dad of Marcus, although we have our suspicions. He's got to be.
He has to be.
He's got to be the dad. What did you think of Sir Percy Stone? What did you think of that guy, huh?
Percy Stone?
He is impressionable.
Mm-hmm.
Young. Yep.
Too eager to please, I think.
Bro. He's going to get so taken advantage of because he's like, yes, my lord.
Yeah. But he's not exactly like totally not there. I don't know.
Yeah,
how can I phrase this better?
His morality.
He's weary of the conversation.
Yeah, his morality is there because he's kind of like, you want me to do what?
Right. And he has some pride because he's like standing tall, head held high.
Yep.
Confidence radiated from him, so I don't think he could be pushed around wholly, but he still, I feel like he has a moral obligation to follow orders.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was not too keen on what the Duke was asking him.
Correct. So, yeah. Because he goes, Duke Saber says, I'm placing Lady Lana DeMock under your watch. And that's all he says. And he just kind of, he stares at him and he's like, what?
You want me to babysit?
And
he thinks it's above his pay grade.
He does. Because, Duke, he's just staring at him. And then all of a sudden their eyes meet. And then he's like, she's become of great value to me. And then he's like, he puts his fingers together. So when she says his fingers stapled together, he's sitting there like this. Duke Saber. I am.
Have you ever seen okay. It gives me the picture. Have you ever seen the rat from Thumbelina? Like the mole?
Let me look it up. Yes, I've seen it, but I need a visual.
Like the Lord Mole guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like a mix of characters that I see him
Duke
as.
Saber, yeah.
But it's funny because I was like, what's mine is mine.
And
just
they're
gives me that
both mine. Both women's. I'm taking them both.
That's it.
Yeah. He just says, I don't want her to find herself in trouble. And
Right.
And then, Sir Stone has zero idea how to respond. He's literally just like...
Okay.
He's like, you want me to...
What do I say?
You want me to hang out with her? Watch her? Guard her? What are we doing here?
It shall be done, my lord. I wonder...
He was so...
not getting a lot of, what's between the eye contact. Because his gaze dropped momentarily.
He's
wonder what kind of gaze he was looking at him with.
Yeah, for real. Was it a wary one? Was it just kind of, dumbfounded, shocked?
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
He had to, shake out of it for a second.
I mean, once again, with the writing, you've got a pause stretched between them, tension woven into the silence before Percy nodded. his gaze dropping momentarily before returning to the stone wall beyond the Duke. It shall be done, my lord. Like, it's melodic.
Yeah. He's a good soldier. That's what he's portraying right now.
Yeah, and that's the main reason why Duke Saber picked him for this job.
Right.
And he just is good.
He wouldn't cause much fuss without... He doesn't seem like a blabber either, so maybe the Duke wants to keep it hush-hush.
Yeah, and like even after he agrees and he says everything, like, yeah, like he tells him, like, go to her now. She's expecting you. I want you to start right now. He goes, yes, my lord, but he's like lacking confidence in his response.
Yeah.
And so Duke Saber just kind of stares at him for a second and then is like, are you not up for the task? Like, are you good? And he gives a small assured nod and he goes, good. And he goes, oh, one last thing. I do not wish for the king's daughter to be miserable. And that is the little edge that I'm just kind of like, what are you intending with this?
What are you planning?
Like, is he trying to blame the pregnancy on this poor guy, this poor schmuck who just agrees?
Miserable? Duke, you're making her miserable.
She is miserable already. Too late.
I don't understand this.
I don't either.
He's crazy.
He is.
That's the only thing I can say.
Here's my theory. My theory is he's going to place this guard in charge of her to hang out with her, be her companion. They're going to get close. Something's going to happen. And he's going to say, you got her pregnant, kill him, and then tell the king, like, oh, I'm going to keep Lana and raise her baby. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
It's saving face.
Yeah, so that he doesn't have to admit that it's his. And that Elowen will never find out.
He's a manipulator.
He is
manipulator.
He's a master manipulator.
I can't even say it. I can't even say it.
He's playing 5D chess. Or he's trying to, at least. He's not very good.
He's trying to. He's playing too much chess.
You know, on too many
There's
boards.
so much going on right there.
Chess on all fronts.
Oh, yeah.
And then the very last thing he says that closes out the entire chapter and the scene is, charm her.
That's how you know the intention.
That's how you know.
Yup.
Charm her? What would you have me do? Charm her.
Charm her. To what extent? There's nothing. There's no context clues.
Nothing. Charm her. It's gross.
You need to look like it. You don't actually have to. Because I feel like if he were to learn that if they were to actually, like, be, like, in love or, I don't know, some sort of
relationship,
he'd lose his ever-loving mind.
Yep. Yeah, he would.
So maybe it's the intent of them looking like they're always together.
And then people will just assume that the baby's his.
Yeah. That could be
be.
And people seeing that he's too friendly towards her, that he's charming her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then nothing really real has to happen.
Right.
And then Duke Saber can
just claim it.
Yeah. A pity.
What a pity. Poor Percy Stone. He is the sacrifice.
Percy Stone.
Well, so that wraps up that chapter. Any other thoughts lingering about the chapter overall?
No.
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yes.
I'm ready. I'm ready to find out. What are we doing? What's Marcus up to? Is Marcus in love with the princess? She's not a princess. What is she? She's a duchess, I guess.
She's just a lord.
A lady. Her father was
Lord's daughter.
Her father was a duke. I thought the Duke of Thornwick.
So
is that right? Thornwick? Is that where he is?
Yeah.
I always
Thornwick.
forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
It's Juleston, and then he went to Thornwick.
Yeah. To the outpost. With 6 people. Poor Marcus.
Of 4 people, 5 people.
6, including the spy.
6. That talks a lot. That's just
the talkative spy.
We need more humor characters.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the spy would be someone funny.
Yeah, like Jack is like kind of that comedic reprieve that we need.
They have to be able to fit in anywhere. And who fits in everywhere? Comics.
Bards.
They can like.
I want the spy to be a bard.
Yeah, like he's just there to get information and leave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And no one really like thinks of the comedic person as like the person that would portray that.
Yeah. You ready to talk about solo leveling?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It's time to move on to Anime of the Week.
Anime of the week, here we go. Fierce battles, bright hearts steal the show. From the east to the west, it's a spark show shit. Get ready to die. Welcome to the anime of the week.
Yes, Anime of the Week.
Anime of the week.
So technically,
Love it.
It's Anime of the Week, but we're talking about the last 3 episodes of Solo Leveling Season 2.
I'm so sad.
It's just wrapped up. It's the Jeju Island arc.
Yes. Such a good arc.
It was really good. The cliffhangers were insane.
It was a long 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. It was a long 3 weeks, actually, now that I think about it. It was, kind of felt like we were waiting forever.
I know. Because of those episode
cliffhangers. They're crazy. Man, how insane is Beru, the king ant?
Hawk. And he's a bug.
He can talk and he's a bug. He's a general rank shadow, which Jinwoo's never had.
That's above Egress, right?
Above Egress, above the demon king that he killed.
Yeah.
Above them all. Even above Tusk.
Yeah. It was such a good fight.
It was
like equal standing. So I was like, how much more powerful is Jinwoo gonna get?
And
yikes.
He's leveling up the whole time they're fighting.
I know. So obviously there's like certain moves that he used to like,
and he reached level,
create that level up, because normally you'd level up after the fight,
right?
Not during the fight,
right? And he reached level 100 when it was over.
I'm questioning, is that the end? Or is there more levels? How many levels are there?
I don't know. There's definitely
Infinite
more
levels.
There's definitely more, because we haven't even gotten to the main, like we got a little peek at the very end of that episode of who the main villains are going to be. They're going to start
who are they?
Revealing themselves. Yeah, exactly. Who are they? And his dad was there.
From?
His dad was there in the shadows.
They can make portals from their hands.
They can open gates.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who is in control here?
I don't know. How I thought it was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy over when Beru started taking out Japanese S-rank hunters.
He killed the Japanese
the girl.
The head honcho guy.
Oh yeah, Goto.
Yeah.
He did. He did.
He big dead.
He big dead.
They don't show his death.
But he's dead. Because the one guy who saw him die ran away, got away, and he was so terrified. They're like, we're going to go back and kill the remaining ants. And he's like, I'm not going back there.
Yeah. Didn't he have like the same aura as Jinwoo when they were going to fight in the training ring?
He had a decent amount, but Jinwoo, he had a lot more.
There was something to be said about it, though.
Yeah, he was like...
Because they stopped them before they even started, because they were like, no,
like,
this was going to level the city.
Yeah. So...
And... Okay, we'll get there.
Okay. We will? Just say it. It's fine.
The ending! He's going to start his own guild?
Yeah. Did you see that coming?
No.
I'm excited.
But I like it.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Yeah, I mean, earlier in the season, he talked about it with the captain guy. The kid, the rich kid, he's like, do you want to come join my guild? I don't think I can join your guild anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does. He turns down his dad's thing. So we kind of did, but like, I didn't know if he would admit it that soon.
Yeah, I didn't know he would announce it. Like, this is my plan.
Right.
Because he's like, listen, you've got crazy power. We got to know. What are you doing with it? Where are you going with this?
I want to see more of Jinwoo and Cha.
Yeah. Chaheen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. He gave her one of his elixirs of life that he made, and it didn't work.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Like, she was that bad. That badly messed up from Beru.
So I don't understand how it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
If it's an elixir of life, wouldn't it work?
I don't know. In the manhwa, he doesn't even use that.
Yeah.
He tries healing potions and like healing, and it doesn't work. What did you think about at the very end of that episode when he's trying to heal her and it ends on the cliffhanger and he like snaps his head and you see his eye?
Yeah.
The theory is if you turn up the volume really loud and you listen, you can hear a voice say, "Use my power." And it's the mage guy who
I didn't hear that.
Got
but
killed.
You know what? I respect that whole interaction.
Yeah, because he's like he tells the camera guy to turn the camera off, and then he arises. What's his name? Biangu.
I don't know.
Biangu. The healer guy. And then he, without being told, immediately goes and heals her.
Right.
And then President Bank.
Don't they say that's like a show of his character of what he was like in real life?
And President Bake is like, listen, I don't know if you like what you plan on doing, but I don't think that he didn't like fighting. He didn't want to fight. So I don't think that you should keep him as a... And he goes, I think you're right.
He shouldn't fight in death, too.
Yeah. And Jin was like, I've seen who he is as a person, and he must have been amazing to know as a person, and I'm going to release him. So I
love that.
After he heals her, then he goes shadow release and releases him, and as he's fading away, he smiles at his friends. I was crying. I was like, no.
It's like a last goodbye. It was so sweet.
I have goosebumps. He didn't want to be there, and he went there and sacrificed himself in order to heal everyone. And
because he was planning on like living his normal life,
getting a normal
starting
job,
a family, and he never gets to do that.
It's so sad. And then
he goes down. I bet he goes down in history, though.
Yeah. What did you think of the funeral scene?
Which one?
Where after it's all over and they're back on the mainland and they have a monument for everyone who died, and Jinwoo and all the other S-ranks are paying their respects.
And they put the flowers on it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was well done.
Yeah. I thought it was important.
Right.
Yeah.
To remember the lost ones.
Yeah.
It shows you actually how big that battle was.
Yeah.
And I was like, if this is the first true, like, battle, like, what else can there be? It's gonna be
crazy.
Gonna be big.
I really liked the conversation between Cha and the guy, the hunter with the red hair. And she goes, watching him made me realize that I want to get better, that I need to improve, and I need to work harder.
Right.
I was like, oh.
Because you can't take it for granted, which most of them do because they have that set
mindset.
Well, they have that set power.
Right. And their mindset is my power is set, so why would I try to improve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see some more of that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Do you think Cha is going to leave and join Jinwoo's guild?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to be beside him.
Immediately,
She's already determined they're married.
Immediately, she's like in love with him, and she cracks me up because she's like, "Oh, do you think he saw me? Do you think he thought that was stupid? Do you think?" She's like a little girl.
I love it.
It's so.
It's
cute.
just, it's what we need.
It's the wholesomeness to the, like, to balance out the crazy.
Right. I don't even know if he sees her yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like he definitely does. Remember, he saved her from the Japanese hunter in the training room?
Oh, yeah.
The crazy one?
Right, but he would have done that for anyone.
You think
We
so?
haven't seen, like...
But he didn't do it in such a charming way where he's like, let me save you. With my arm. It was...
This must be love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But also...
No, I
don't know. What did you think of...
I kind of was disappointed because you didn't get to see her fight very much.
Yeah. And
it was just like some swords and that was it. And then she got pummeled to death and almost died.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of the reason why she feels so motivated to try really hard to get better is because she's kind of like, I got wrecked.
Right.
I need to improve my skills.
I like seeing President Box like a beast form.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
I was like, whoa. When he went all out, I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Because he's like, I have a hard time controlling. And he's like, unleash. And he went for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. But also, what did you think of the Japanese backstabbing betrayers? Pulling their hunters
I need to watch this in dubbed
to make sure you get all the
nuance. I miss so much. You look down once and you miss a whole plot point.
Yeah, you literally do. Yep.
But I was wondering who the guy was behind the desk, and I was just like, wait, what are they planning? But I didn't get the whole...
Yeah, so actually, this is my plan, and if you want to do it, you could do it too. But I'm going to start over. I'm going to go to season 1 and start over, because by the time I get to the end of season 2, the dub will be out.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch a few episodes here and there. They fly by like that, so...
Yeah.
And then...
But it was a good finale.
Oh my goodness. Jinwoo in here. He walks through the gate, okay? And it turns red. And the entrance disappears, and he says, why does this always happen to me?
We're like, of course. It had to happen. Of course.
I'm like, dude, at this point, you should just know that you're going into a gate. It's going to turn red.
I think it might be the system.
It's the system devising
things
to make him stronger.
Yeah.
And did you catch this? I don't know if you caught this. Everyone who tries to give out information about the system or is giving out information in general that is going to be about the system inside of these gates, they glitch.
Yeah.
And they...
Who did we see that with? We saw it with the
Tusk.
Ogre?
Yeah.
The orc?
Yeah, Tusk. We saw that with the elf girl.
The elf girl, yep.
Mm-hmm.
What about those
the ice elves at the beginning?
Elves?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. So I'm...
Like all of them.
Yes, exactly. So I'm thinking it's got something to do with those guys that were on Jeju Island who made their own gates and their own portals.
Let me question these monsters.
Yeah.
Are the monsters really that bad? Or are they just like different dimensions being taken over by the system?
And they're just
to do its bidding.
Because he said, we're told to kill humans, but we're not told to kill you. Because you're not human. If he's the player.
He died? Did he come back different?
He must have. He's not human, is what they said.
Is he part of the system?
He has to be.
He's the system playing the system.
He's the system. He's the player.
Oh.
It's crazy.
There's so many theories.
You'll get lost if you
it's so mind-boggling
because
I get wrapped up in it and then I forget where I'm at.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a power fantasy. It's about having too much power, so much power that you're unstoppable.
Right.
You're the hero. All the girls are swooning.
But is there a point where there is too much power? That the power is corruptive?
Exactly. I don't know. I don't think that we're getting there because Jinwoo the story does a good job of showing us that Jinwoo is still a human. He's still compassionate. He still has feelings.
So he's proving them wrong.
In
just that way.
Yeah.
So we saw that with his mother, the crying scene. Ugh. That made me cry.
That was so good. I cried. I cried too.
Yeah.
I was like, she's back. It worked.
Yeah. It's so well done. I love this anime.
Oh, me too.
The art and everything.
So good.
But at the end, I've been seeing these videos of these girlfriends watching the anime, and they keep rewinding him, like, undoing his tie.
In the rain.
I know. I was just like, yes, do it again.
Because it was good. It was
Rewind.
Good.
We need to watch that again. That's just like the hand stretch in Pride and Prejudice.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And when you know the context behind it, it's even better.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like,
But there's like certain thing. It's like the female gaze. Like guys don't understand it.
They don't get it. Yep.
Like
it's a display.
The weirdest things are we're like, yes.
Have you seen the videos? There's this videos of this like singer. She's singing and dancing on stage and whatever, and she's got these two backup dancers. They're male, and they're dancing and whatever, and she's like messing with them and stuff. It's part of the dance. And then one of them is like trying to hide a smile because he's trying to like not to smile because it's supposed to be serious. The other one flexes his jaw muscles. And it's one of those things where you're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, hello.
You're like,
I see you.
Okay. Exactly. That's the same thing.
It literally is the smallest things.
So small. So that's why we're here for the fantasy, for the books, for the movies, for the anime.
Yep.
We want the clenched jaws, the jaw flexing.
The tennis smirks.
Yeah.
Yes.
The tiny smirks that play across their features.
Yes.
That's
it's so strange.
One.
I'm like, who writes these? There had to be a girl.
You have to feel so silly, you know?
The guy wrote it and didn't know what it would do.
Had to write it the first time.
You don't know what you've created.
What you've started.
The perfect scene.
A monster.
So much power in that move too.
It's kind of crazy.
And all of them bowing down.
Oh
like
yeah,
kneeling.
the row as
crazy.
He's walking, and that was like crazy amounts of.
I was like, does his inventory grow too?
That's a good question.
Because at the beginning, when he first became the necromancer,
the Shadow Monarch,
he was like, "Oh, you can only have 100 souls or whatever."
I wonder if, as he levels up, he was getting more slots.
Right, because he only had a certain mana for like their power. So the more power they had, the more space they took up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really talk about that through gaining a whole bunch of. Well, some points you saw him letting go,
like
some things to add to his arsenal.
And also,
but I'm like
selling weapons and stuff and getting things from the shop.
But adding Baru, that would take up so much space. So much mana too. But his mana grew, so maybe his inventory grew too.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just like when he levels up, just like when you level up in a video game, all your stuff gets better.
Right. We only saw his like strength levels. I want to know where his intellectual levels and his like
wisdom.
Yeah, I want to see where that's at.
Yeah, dexterity, all that stuff.
There's all sorts of things that he need to improve on.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been leveling them all up.
And where did he get the Demon King's sword? Oh, he got the Demon King's sword and the dragon, which I thought was really cool to see the dragon take down some of those ants.
So good.
Now we have to wait a whole nother year.
They're saying 27.
A whole year and a half. I don't know.
27.
It's too long.
It's
But
way too long.
we have Demon Slayer this year too.
Oh my God!
Is that September? When did they say?
September 12th.
Are we gonna go watch that?
We are gonna go watch that. Is it gonna be just subbed though? I bet.
Probably. I need to watch Demon Slayer in dub too.
Have you not watched it all in dub?
No, I watched it subbed.
I think I'm gonna watch it all again. 1 through 4, 5.
I find subbed funnier. The whole last season, I was howling. It was so funny,
dude. So get this. You're not gonna believe this. Okay, so the dubbed Demon Slayer, right? The same guy who voices Jinwoo voices Zenitsu.
The yellow guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't believe it.
Alex. Yep.
He's such a good.
He's so versatile.
Vocal.
Yeah, because even in the beginning of Solo Leveling, Jinwoo has a high pitched voice.
I have to go back again. See, we should watch it again.
That's why I'm watching it again, and then by the time I'm at the end, the dubbed will be all the way finished.
I agree.
Yeah,
it'd be so good.
Now that this is over, we have to find a new anime to be our anime of the week.
I know. What are we gonna choose?
I don't know. There's that new Demon Slayer one that just came out. It's not actually Demon Slayer, but it's one about Demon Slayers.
Right. Oh, what is that called?
Let me pull up Crunchyroll. Hang on. Sword of the Demon Hunter. There's a lot that came out. The second season of Windbreaker just started. I think you got...
Yeah, that Windbreaker I was talking about, the webtoon.
Yeah.
Is not the same one.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No. Because the one I was talking about was like this biking race thing.
Oh. Well, let's look at that one then.
You should watch Bubble. Like, there's a whole bunch of anime.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just on Netflix or something.
Okay, look.
They're all so cute. And I want to watch A Whisker Away.
Are we going to watch the Anne of Green Gables one?
Which one's that one?
Anne Shirley. It's literally Anne of Green...
I've never seen that. I was never into Anne of Green Gables, though.
What? Never?
Yeah.
You didn't like the movies?
Sorry. I was more into, like, Pippi Longstocking and stuff. The weird
one. Literally the same. She's a redhead with a temper who gets up to shenanigans.
But Pippi Longstocking could do backflips on horses.
And magic.
This is what I grew up with. Maybe that's why I like anime.
Maybe. Alright. Well, that's all I had.
That's all I had, too.
I think that's all that we have for you guys tonight. I am Lindsay.
And I'm Liz.
And we are Tails and Tea.
Have a good night.